What's up, Internet? My name is Attack Slug, and welcome to my Payback predictions video. And no, you are not seeing things. We're gonna have a fatal four-way between Randy, and Randy. So I'm gonna hit start match here. I'm gonna let this fun little Raw match happen between four versions of Randy Orton, because when you buy all the DLC, you get a bunch of Randy Ortons. So there weren't enough to fill up an Elimination Chamber, unfortunately. But I got four Randy Ortons, so they're going to face off here, and that's going to be quite amusing. So, let us get right down to my Payback predictions. I don't know how long this match is going to last. It is on Legend difficulty, but I don't know how long it's going to last. So, first is the kickoff pre-show match, and that is Macho Mandow and Axelmania, aka Damien Sandow and Curtis Axel versus The Ascension. This is the kickoff match on the pre-show, and honestly, I'm not sure why I'm supposed to care about this match. I think that Damien Sandow is better than this. I think that his Macho Man impression is terrible when you compare it to somebody like Jay Lethal. I think having them as the new Mega Powers is kind of hilarious, but they didn't do the handshake right. And more specifically, calling Curtis Axel, just calling him Axelmania, like Hulk Hogan never called himself Hulkamania. He was the Hulkster, he was Hogan, he was never Hulkamania. So calling him Axelmania is stupid. Anyway, I think, obviously, the Ascension are the jobberest of jobber tag teams, and obviously Ascension will lose here, and the new Mega Powers will win. So that's going to be the kickoff match on the pre-show, and Randy Orton hitting Randy Orton downstairs. But there's no DQs here, folks. All right, next up, they just confirmed this match. It is Tamina Snuka and Naomi versus the Bella Twins. I think the Bella Twins go over only because Tamina Snuka has been there for 6 years and still cannot wrestle her way out of a goddamn paper bag. She is terrible. What are you doing? Like, she's got, you know, the look, and she's related to a Hall of Famer, but she is a terrible wrestler by any stretch of the imagination. I would think even Eva Marie could out-wrestle Tamina Snuka, and that's, you know, saying something. So, the Bellas, once again, go over, because who else, until you start bringing up more girls from NXT, like, who else is going to go up against the Bellas in terms of being, you know, a dominant diva in that division? Like, Paige is filming a goddamn movie. Like, where's Paige? Get her with their fucking goddamn movie. Bring her back. Anyway, Bellas win. I'm hoping that Naomi wears those fucking crazy-ass shoes again, but other than that, don't care. So, moving on, we have the most confusing match of the night, which is Ryback versus Bray Wyatt, because neither of these guys should be taking a loss at this point in their careers. They've been coming off of feuds, RKO out of nowhere, that have been, he's gonna win, isn't he? Alright, which Randy Orton was that? Which Randy Orton was that? Well, we're gonna do a rematch and keep talking here. Actually, no. I'm gonna queue up a different match with random guys, and do a jump cut. Anyway, Ryback versus Bray Wyatt, I think, like, this one's hard to call, because it's like, who should lose here? Unless you do a fucking double DQ, double count out, double whatever, and they have a match again at, the Chamber, which is in 2 weeks, or that, you know, and then have a match again at Money in the Bank 2 weeks after that. Like, what do you do here? Who do you give the victory to? Now, personally, I'm gonna go with Bray Wyatt, only because you need to build Bray. If you're having Bray Wyatt as one of your established guys for who knows how long, you need to build Bray Wyatt. Not that Ryback at this point needs to lose if you want to have a big face Ryback, but you need to build Bray Wyatt. So I'm going Bray Wyatt on that one, and I'm going to jump cut here, queue up another match, and continue talking Alright, moving on, we're back here with the triple threat match with Daniel Bryan Extreme Rules. And our next match and the predictions here is going to be King Barrett versus Neville. This one can kind of go either way, but if you're building Barrett towards once again winning the IC Championship, then perhaps Barrett should get this victory here. Although obviously having Neville in these very competitive matches and still losing, it might not be the best thing for him. But obviously he's still, you know, very much a rookie on the main roster. So a bunch of, even though they're losses, they're still high-profile losses. So having those high-profile losses earlier in your career is not going to hurt you long-term, as long as you don't fucking botch it like they have been with Bray Wyatt at this point, where he's just kind of, he was doing real good for a while, and then all of a sudden he's just kind of in the dumps. But that's kind of neither here nor there. I think that they'll continue their King Barrett stuff, and that he'll win by hook or by crook, and then that'll be fun. It should be an excellent match. Moving on. Sheamus versus Dolph Ziggler is a match that I've quickly stopped caring about. I think both guys are very talented, but at the same time, it's like they're still feuding over the Kiss Me Arse thing, and that's just fucking stupid. So I'm gonna go with Dolph Ziggler, only because he seems like he's regressing further and further into the 80s with his attire. I don't know if he's losing his goddamn mind, but I'm gonna say Dolph Ziggler, just because I want this feud to be over and have Sheamus go fight somebody else. I don't want to see it anymore. So, that brings us to the 2 out of 3 falls match for the tag team titles, Cesaro and Tyson Kidd versus The New Day. I don't know which members of The New Day are in this match, considering that the belts, my understanding, is Freebird rules, but I don't think they'll have, it's 2 out of 3 falls, so I don't think it's going to be different guys for each set of falls, because that'd be fucked up. At that point, you might as well have a handicap match, but never mind that shit. I think that considering you're going to have the tag team titles also defended at the Chamber, I think the champions, New Day, will retain for at least Payback. They might lose them at the Chamber, but I think they'll retain Sunday at Payback. So next up is Rusev versus John Cena in the I Quit match. This one, you want to say that, hey, John Cena has built his entire goddamn career about never quitting, about never giving up. So, has John Cena ever lost an I Quit match? I don't think he has. I don't think, unless there are some audio-visual shenanigans, like Mankind and The Rock with the I Quit match, where they piped in the I Quit over the fucking speakers, and he didn't actually say it, but the thing with Cena, he doesn't have hair to, you know, make that distinction, like, make that, you know, look fake or real, or whatever. So, unfortunately, I think Rusev still loses. I think it's going to be a big deal when they finally have Cena lose the U.S. title. So I don't think they're going to have Cena lose the U.S. title at Payback. They might have him lose it at the Chamber to be like, hey, look, you should get the network for our things where things might happen, because it's the network. Please subscribe, please. But I don't think Cena loses at Payback. Hey, I'd like to be wrong. Perhaps something happens with Lana and then Cena loses it. I don't know. I'd like to be wrong, but I think that Cena is not going to say I quit no matter what you do to him. So, unfortunately, LOL Cena wins again for your hard-earned cash, etc., etc. So, that brings us to the main event. Pinfall here? Pinfall here? The main event, which is a Fatal 4-Way, which is why I started this video with a Fatal 4-Way, which ended way too fast. A Fatal 4-Way for the World Heavyweight title, which is Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, and Seth Rollins. And if Rollins fails to retain, then Kane gets fired from the Authority. And as much as I would like to see Kane be taken off my TV and not be in main events, I take that back. Having Kane get fired from the Authority, I don't know. So, you can look at it. That was great. That was great. You can look at it a couple of ways. If Kane gets fired from the Authority, does that mean there's going to be another main event run for Kane fighting Seth Rollins at the Chamber? Fighting Seth Rollins at Money in the Bank? That, honestly, when you look at it that way, I want Seth Rollins to retain only because that means I don't want to see a Seth Rollins versus Kane feud in 2015. Like, having a feud with Reigns, having a feud with Ambrose, having a feud with Orton, having a feud with anybody else. Do not have Kane and the Big Show fighting for the goddamn world title in 2015. Please. Please. So, on that note, I think that Seth Rollins will retain. I think they're going to keep him champion a little bit longer. Like, maybe until SummerSlam. Maybe we'll have Brock come back at SummerSlam to fight Rollins for the belt. And that'll be how they go with that storyline. So, I'm going to officially say that Rollins retains. And I think in this match, I think Daniel Bryan's going to win. Spoiler. So, I guess we'll continue to let this match play out. Those were my payback. What the heck? He threw up and put him in the... That's it. It's done. It's over. It's over. He's going to tap. He's going to tap. He's going to tap. Wait, what? Come on, D-Bry. Oh, he hit the ref with a fucking chair. Holy shit, that was great. That was great. Just fucking chaos. That ref got walloped. How is that not a DQ? How is that not a DQ? How did he not get DQ'd there? Holy shit. That was fucking great. Right. Back into the S-lock. Get him in there. No? Just a fucking armbar? What's going on here? Why would you pin him there? There's so much on the line here. It's not for a belt. It's just, you know, a bunch of clones fighting. Whoa! What are you doing? D-Bry. So, that's more or less how I think Payback will go down. Obviously, that was awesome. Obviously, my track record on predictions is not great. But still, you know, I watch a lot of wrestling. And it's mostly, you know, it's mostly predictable. Occasionally, you know, they'll swerve you on stuff. But you know that when you had 2 Raws of Ambrose coming out on top, that Ambrose was not going to win that belt on Sunday. There's just no way. It's just not going to happen. Oh! The ref's getting hit with the chair backhanded. Like, he's... Get out of the way of the chair, ref. Jesus Christ. Back out with that kendo stick. And then he threw it down. And then a fucking big-ass belly-to-belly. My freaks and my peaks. Holler if you hear me. He's gonna tap. He's gonna tap. Choking him, choking him. He's tapping. Daniel Bryan, what the fuck just happened? What? That's amazing. I could not have planned that any better, having the computer freak out like that. I am fucking so thrilled right now. That was so amazing. So here we got our highlights of the match, which was a phenomenally awesome match. And yeah, just kick him and then get out of the way and then pin him. Like, that's not how you win a triple threat match. That is not how you win a triple threat matchup. Obviously, it's going to get your count interrupted, but yeah, there were some, like, even these highlights do not do this match justice. Like, having the ref get blasted in the face with a chair was fucking amazing. Having some of that stuff, like, having some of that stuff to the outside was fucking amazing. But big-ass belly-to-belly, and then right into a guillotine choke, which was great. And then that's it. He choked him out. He's done. He taps. So, that was fantastic. That was... Oh, I didn't seem to get stuck again. So, that was my Payback predictions. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Who do you think is going to win this Sunday at Payback? I'll certainly be watching it live as it happens on the WWE Network and enjoying it there. And then in 2 weeks is the Chamber, and then in 2 weeks is Money in the Bank, and it's going to be pay-per-view fatigue for a bit there, but we'll end this video just going, yes, 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 Payback is not going to have Daniel Bryan. Yes. And that's going to do it. So, my DualShock has been disconnected because it's not plugged in. But that's okay. Because my name is Attack Slug. These were my Payback predictions. And I will see you next time. Right here on this channel. And I'm out.